On this episode, we mix it up with a 15-year-old Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner who began his journey at just 5 years old. My guest is Connor, known in jiu-jitsu as C Money, a rising star in the art of hand-to-hand combat. But Connor's dedication to jiu-jitsu at such a young age isn't the only thing that makes his story unique. His sister Delilah lives with a rare form of Down syndrome called Mosaic Down syndrome. And what some may see as a challenge has become a source of inspiration and strength for Connor and his entire family, including his dad, Todd. Together, they use Delilah's spirit as a motivation to be their very best, both on the mat and in life. We also talk about fighting your friends, fighting your sister, and grown-ass men. Let's jump in. All right, Connor. What makes you smile?
Makes me smile. It's a lot of things. A lot of things make me smile. Jiu-jitsu, life overall, a lot of things. My sister makes me smile a lot. I love her so much. Yeah, my sister most likely. She makes me laugh every day.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because I think the question was, what's the most interesting thing about you, or what people think is the most interesting thing about you? And you said the fact that you did jiu-jitsu since you were 5, right?
Sir.
And your sister.
Yes.
But that's not you.
No.
So you must find like a strong connection or identity with her, right?
So strong connection with her. Yeah, like ever since she was born, I've always wanted a sibling. Like when I was younger, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm having a sibling. I was so happy. And we've grown up together super close. And yeah, she makes me laugh every single day. Like everything she does, makes funny faces. She talks crap to me. She beats me up actually, which is pretty surprising.
What do you mean?
She'll come behind me and just hit me. You know, she'll kick me, whatever, scratch me. You know, but I'm used to it now.
Okay,
And,
so we didn't really get into explain your sister's challenges.
yeah. So my sister has a rare form of Down syndrome. It's called Mosaic Down syndrome, and I believe it's like percentage.
It's super low. It goes undetected for a lot of people in life. It's basically some of your DNA is impacted. Her name's Delilah, and so Delilah was we didn't know. We were at the lowest risk for everything. My wife, like we didn't have to do an amnio. We didn't do anything. When she was born, it was an interesting scenario. 18 hours in labor. My wife was. Connor was 20 minutes. My wife pushed. He came out. Boom. There you go. Delilah was like 18 hours. My wife had to do a bunch of like magnesium drips, and it's just Delilah wasn't coming out. Doctor said when she was born, it was a rotational doctor, and he said, your daughter looks weird. That's what he said to my wife right after your baby's born.
Wow.
We're shot out. I grew a beard in like a day, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, what do you mean she looks weird? And I said, well, there's something with her eyes, and she just, oh, but then I see your wife and I see her eyes are like almond shaped. It was just terrible bedside manner.
Right.
Weeks later, we wound up getting her DNA tested, and it came back as mosaicism, which is several of her chromosomes were impacted, that it falls under the umbrella of trisomy 21, right? So Down syndrome. When you hear that news and you don't expect it, your just heart sinks and you start to think, I don't know what to do. For a year I didn't want to live. I didn't think I could take care of a child that had special needs, and what's going to happen, because you hear about holes in the heart, digestive tract, all backwards, the delays, speech, learning disabilities, all of those things. So we wound up going to Children's Medical in Dallas after we found out that she had this diagnosis, and we met the head director of nursing. And when I tell you, this woman, I remember it like it's yesterday, this big old lady in a long sweater, and she looked like old Mother Hubbard or Mother Goose. She came in and she put her arms around me and she gave me a hug. And like now, I get worked up. I started to cry, and she said, "It's going to be okay. Your daughter's amazing." And nothing wrong with, she didn't have a hole in the heart, nothing wrong with the digestive tract. They said that she had challenges with her thyroid. And so we've been to the children's medical one time since she's been born. She's 10 now, one time for thyroid, just to monitor it. She's been great.
Wow.
So she is a miracle. And when Connor says it's probably the best thing, because she's the best thing that happened to any of us. She's made him a better human. He's probably one of the most humble kids I
Yeah,
know.
she made me so much like just a better person over.
Yeah, she's just like, she's an angel. She's a freaking angel, and she's an asshole at the same time too.
Yep.
So she'll, like, when he says she'll just come up and she'll just punch him for no reason and bust his balls, and they just have that connection. But what it's done for Connor, in my opinion, right, and he can speak to this. Like, in my opinion, I see a kid that he's never been in a fight, never been in an altercation on a playground, never been in a fist fight, never been in an online social media battle with somebody dissing people. He's never had that kind of energy with anybody. He's a hell of a jiu-jitsu athlete, and he can wreck most kids his age, but he's not that other side of a fight, right? Like let's be malicious towards somebody. And I think it's because he's been trained to be just really, so our daughter, my daughter, his sister, just makes us better people. They just give you a different way to see life, and she loves everything. She doesn't see, like, my daughter doesn't have animosity. My daughter doesn't judge people. She'll be judged. She'll be bullied. She'll be picked on. So she's our, she's our grounded, our grounding light, if you will.
You were going to say something. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel like it was such a blessing whenever obviously, like, I knew I was gonna have a sibling, but then when that news was out, I was like, I think I was like, how old was I at the time? Like 5, right? 5 when she was born.
Yeah.
I was 5. I didn't know what that was, Down syndrome. I had no idea. I just thought, okay, I'm gonna have a sibling. That's gonna be so amazing. And yeah, I've always grown up with her, just like super close. It's just I love her so much. Yeah.
Let's get back to these sneak attacks.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Literally.
give me your best sneak attack story she got on you.
Okay. This probably when I came back from a competition. She likes to wear my belts or medals, whatever I win, and she'll put them on and she'll be like, "Okay, I'm the winner now." Then I turn around for 1 second, boom, slap across my face. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, here we go." And then we get into a little wrestling shootout, couple fakes, couple double legs, and yeah, we scrap it out for sure.
Okay, hang on. Does she do jujitsu?
She doesn't, but she learns. She watches me a lot, and then she gets stuff off of me. Like I'll be going in the garage because we have mats in our garage, and she'll come out while I'm working out, and she'll just come out, hit me in the face, take my back. I'm like, "Whoa, Delilah, where'd you learn that?" And she's like, "I saw you do it." I was like, "Oh, wow, okay, there you go."
Okay, do you, in some way, do you feel like that makes you a better jujitsu fighter?
100%. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how do you think she's changed the way you approach jujitsu?
Like I feel like honestly, I actually think about her sometimes when I step on the mats. Like if I don't I need to win this for Delilah because she's gonna be happy after that. Like she always gives me like such a big congratulations after my matches. She's always like, "Let's go, Connor!" Like she actually motivates me to do better in the training room, my competitions, when I'm working out. She's like the little light that motivates me a lot. And like honestly, anything I do, including jujitsu and life and everything.
So you started doing jujitsu about the time she was born, huh?
Yes, sir. Like I think right a couple months before she was born, I think.
What's the first memory you have of doing jujitsu?
First memory. Man, like I remember walking on and I was like, so the first time it was actually at some school, and I was doing shrimps on the mats and I was like, "Oh, I don't like this. These mats were all like rough and it felt like sandpaper." I was doing like shrimps and I was like, I don't like this, Dad." And then we tried out a different gym. And I honestly think this is honestly one of the reasons I started. This is like really dumb, but the mats felt more comfortable at another gym. I was like, "Oh, Dad, I kind of like this. These mats feel more comfortable." I started doing front rolls, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I like this. This is cool." I put on a gi, and then we just started doing like I would go with some other new kids too that like had just started, and we did like a lot of takedowns, getting up, arm bars. I was I was so obsessed with learning how to do different arm bars. I would want to learn a new one every single day. Like every time I would wake up, I'd be like, "Dad, I want to go to jiu-jitsu." Like I'm so excited to go to it, and like yeah, it's just I've loved ever since.
Do you have any idea where that came from? Where that love for jiu-jitsu came from?
I really don't because when I was like 3, I think I started like soccer and I did baseball, soccer, and then like just like I don't know. I think my dad just like wanted me to like do something, do something. Like I had no clue I was gonna do jiu-jitsu ever. Like I just fell in love with it when I started doing it, and it just stuck with me. I feel like for these past almost 11 years.
Well, what was the first thing about it that you just like you remember like I love this like it made you want to come back?
Yeah, so I was watching YouTube I think when I was younger, and like I watched the Rotolo brothers. They're two of the top twin brothers in jiu-jitsu in the world, and I watched them when they were, I believe they were like 10 or 11. They were orange belts, and I was like, holy crap, like they were talking about what they do every day. Like they train morning to night every single day. They ride skateboards, they get acai bowls, they do all this stuff, and I was like, man, that could be me one day. I want to do that. I want to make that my career. And yeah, that they actually really motivated me to start doing jiu-jitsu when I was younger. I used to watch them on YouTube all the time.
That's kind of the great part about the internet, right? Because like
Oh yeah,
when me and your dad were growing up, we wouldn't know anybody do jiu-jitsu unless you happen to like see it on TV.
of course.
And the fact that you have an example, you go, oh, like this is possible. That makes it really great. You know what
Yeah,
I
it
mean?
makes it so much better. Yeah.
Okay, so in the beginning, did you were you fully dedicated from the beginning, or did you kind of do it for a while and then you really kind of amped it up later? Like, what was your
Yeah,
journey?
I think by the time I was like maybe like 10, 11 is when I started actually competing in tournament. No, I'm sorry. I was 5, I actually started competing in tournaments, or 6, 5 or 6. But I started amping it up really when I was like 8 to 10. I feel like I started like really competing and going against like really good people. That's when I was like, okay, I think this could actually be something I could do like for the rest of my life. And yeah, like 8 to 10 I believe was like when I really started like believing myself and like, okay, this can be what you do for the rest of your life.
How do you know what you want to do at 8 to 10?
I honestly I didn't, but like I was just like
Did something
I could,
was something telling you?
yes, that my head, like I was just like, man, I could see myself being a world champion because like a lot of people I knew, like I would always see like these Brazilian black belt dudes on like highlights and stuff, and I'd be like, wow, like I could do that in the next like maybe 10 years, whatever, and I could become a black belt world champion, all that good stuff. I was like, wow, like that could be me one day, and I just thought that in my younger self in my head, I was like, that could be me, that was really it.
I mean, that's amazing, though,
Yeah, yeah, for
right?
sure.
Because a lot of people don't believe in themselves like that.
No, yeah, you kind of have to believe in yourself if you want to do something like that's takes so much dedication.
How much time right now do you spend doing jujitsu?
I usually train jujitsu twice a day, and I do like strength and conditioning twice a day. So probably like let me think like 3 to 4 hours of jujitsu probably a day, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you said, wait, do you split them? You do one in the morning, one in the afternoon?
yeah. I usually do like maybe it could be like a morning class and then a day class, or I could do like a day class and a night class, and then in between those, I could do a workout, and then before usually I go to bed, I do a workout. So
Okay, you go to school.
I'm homeschooled. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when do you get your schoolwork done? When do you do
I
all that?
usually so I wake up let's say like 9 a.m. I'll do some school and then get ready for class to leave at 11, and then 12 class, and then after that probably come home, eat some food, get some schoolwork done, and then go back to class at nighttime and then do a workout again. That's usually my daily schedule.
Would you say that your parents give you more control of your life or more freedom?
I'd say definitely it's kind of like a mix between both. I'd say a lot of freedom because like I used to be in public school until 5th grade, and then I started in 6th grade, which is middle school, and that like it just felt so different. And then I honestly forgot that I was even in public school. I was like, wow, like it's just so different training all day, and then coming home doing schoolwork. I was like, wow, this is just so much better. I loved it, and yeah, I love homeschool way more.
What are your friends like? Who are you hanging out with? You hang out with
Yeah,
like
hanging out with Jackson.
yeah, like
my friend
so. Let's
James.
say you're 15, Jackson's 18,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
and y'all probably hanging out with like some older guys.
Yeah, we usually hang out. It's usually me, my friend Jackson, and then my other good friend James. He's 16, and then we all like usually every Friday. Let's say like after training, like 12 p.m. training, it'll be like 2 o'clock. We go get some food, go to ambush, and then we'll hang out all at night. We'll go do whatever, go get food. We'll go to like wherever. Like we'll just find something fun to do. And yeah, a lot of my friends are usually in jiu-jitsu.
Uh, what's that like to have like y'all's little group of like guys like doing the
I
same
love it.
thing?
It's so cool because we all have the same goals. Like Jackson's obviously going to be in the UFC by the next year or two, and then like James obviously wants to be the best in the world in jiu-jitsu, and that's my goal as well. I want to be the best in the world and just make a statement that I'm the best. Yeah, it's so cool. I feel like surrounding yourself with other people that are winning and like just like they have the same goals. I feel like that's really good to do, especially like when they're your best friends. Yeah.
Okay. You fight gi or no gi?
No gi.
Okay. Have you? I'm assuming you fought gi before.
Yes, sir. I was like completely a gi person until I think I was like a few years ago. I really started like doing no gi because it just I feel like grew sporadically like competition wise. Like ADCC came along, let's say, and then they started doing the youth opens back in like 2022, 2023, and like I feel like no gi just took over ever since then. I was actually really good in gi. I won like American Nationals. I won pancakes for like IBJJF, and yeah, I was really good in gi. And then I just saw people started training no gi a lot more, doing no gi a lot more, and I was like, okay, I got to do this because like, and obviously the money, stuff like that. So yeah, no gi is definitely the way to go now.
It's a shame that there's not a way to keep the gi alive. You know what I mean?
I think so
Like
too.
just as another sport, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you were saying like people are basically going no gi for money.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Like gi is still big. Like you can do like IBJJF and go become a black belt world champion. That's obviously a awesome accomplishment, but not really making money out of it. Like see like CGI and then like ADCC, like you get a lot of money after you win those big tournaments. Those are also like I consider ADCC Worlds as like the Olympics for jiu-jitsu because there is no Olympics for jiu-jitsu, like ADCC is definitely it. Like if you win that, I think like you're definitely best in the world.
Wait, back up.
Yep, yeah.
So you're telling me that breakdancing is in the Olympics, but jiu-jitsu isn't?
That's what I'm saying. Makes no sense to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so dumb.
Wait, is there another martial arts in the Olympics?
I think there's judo,
judo and karate?
Taekwondo. Yeah, judo, taekwondo.
Something like that, yeah.
Yep. Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling.
It's not, and I mean, so there's not a real universal rule set. You have a bunch of different promotions for jiu-jitsu, right? And then is it gi or no gi? What do you compete in? And then each of these promotions, ADCC, IBJJF, Jiu-Jitsu World League, other ones, they have their own kind of rule sets, and it's different. So nobody's gotten together and just agreed on one universal rule set, like a judo rule set, and that's what prevents it from being what it is.
Yeah, like ADCC is such a weird rule set. There's like you start off with no points for the first like let's say 2 minutes. Next 2 minutes, it's points are on. So like you could be in like the worst position as possible. Like someone could almost be on your back submitting you or something, and then like points come on, you could come up, you can sweep the person, the whole match can turn around, And then there's obviously overtime if nothing happens in that criteria. Yeah, so it's so crazy.
Oh wait, back up.
Yeah.
So in a jiu-jitsu match,
yeah,
in the first 2 minutes
for ADCC rules, yeah.
For this this is like an organizational
yes,
rules.
sir. Yeah.
Okay, for this certain organization.
Yeah.
You could score no points.
No points at all.
So
Yeah.
you can headhunt all
Yeah,
throws.
you can like all submissions, yeah.
So wait, what does that mean?
Like so
Like just take somebody out,
Yeah, you have to try to submit them. Before
submit
that.
them
Yeah.
before. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can't actually score points.
Yeah, no, there's no points there. They're just not on. Yeah.
What's that first 2 minutes like?
It's crazy. Like a lot of people come out, they could be like more chill, wait for the points to get on, get their points. But I mean, I like to usually try to get the submission within the first 2 minutes because like I feel like that's a lot smarter. But like, or let's say like I'll be in my guard or something like that right before the points are about to come on. I could come up, sweep them right as the points come on, then I'll get my points right away, and that's pretty smart too. But yeah, it's such a weird rule set.
Each individual match, you feel that out?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, for sure, I do.
Okay, so the first 2 minutes has submission only.
Yeah.
Then you can start scoring points.
Yes.
Okay, what's the most points is it unlimited?
Yeah, unlimited. Yeah.
What's a good number of points to score?
I mean, like if you can score like 4 points, that would be really good. If you get to someone's back, I think that's 3. If you can like take them down, so like 5 points would be good. I feel like that's a good.
Can you still submit them?
Yeah, you can do all submissions like throughout the whole match. It's just the first 2 minutes, no points at all. Like you can like score the same amount of takedowns in the first and then the second time period of the whole match, and you just won't get points. Yeah, it's very weird.
It's kind of a little bit more chessy, right? Like
Yeah.
a little bit more mind.
Yeah, literally, you have to like not think the whole match. You gotta just go, but you gotta think a little bit during the match for sure.
Okay, so if you're gonna do a match and you want it to go your way,
Yes.
well, how would that match go? Like, obviously, if you got the submission in the first 2 minutes, that would be great. But
Yes.
like, we'll say we don't get submission in the first 2 minutes. What's your strategic plan for the rest of the match?
Yeah, I feel like if I don't get the submission, I would wait to the points like as soon as they come on and then get my sweep And then also there's another rule, like you can shoot in on a takedown. This is the only way, because when the points are on and in overtime, you can't pull guard in ADCC rule set.
What does that mean?
So you can't sit. You can't
Okay.
sit. Yeah. So like it's basically like you just have to wrestle the whole time. So in the points and in overtime, I would try to take the person down or sweep them, and then like let's say I wanted to get back to my guard, I could shoot. I have to try to like run them over for 3 seconds. Then I can pull to my guard. So or like I can go to turtle, which means like get my knees and then get on all fours, and I have to wait for like 3 seconds, and then you can pull back to guard, and then there won't be any points scored. So that's like your only way to get back to guard. But I usually like to not really do that. I like to wrestle, get some extra points.
Man,
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot of thinking.
It's a mind game. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so way earlier you said something about shrimping.
Yes.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
What is shrimping?
Shrimping is just a drill. Like, you just go here and you scoot your hips out. It helps with like, let's say someone trying to pass your guard. If I'm seated and someone's trying to like get past my guard and like my legs, I have to hip out, push their legs out, and then work my way back to my closed guard. I go for like a submission. That's what shrimping is.
Okay, and
Shrimping ain't easy.
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, really quickly because it's just on my mind.
Yeah.
So you and Jackson are friends,
Yes.
right? And he's jiu-jitsu. He did jiu-jitsu as well, right?
I think his whole life.
But he has moved on to strike and doing MMA,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Do you when he does jiu-jitsu, do you go like, hey man, like let me give you a few like pointers. Let me give you a few tips.
He has to give me pointers. He would kill me. Like,
Really?
Yeah, he's so much bigger than me, and he's been training a little bit longer. But like, yeah, he's just a different
Jackson
animal.
Glass is
He's crazy.
one of the greatest kids
Crazy.
on the planet.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu.
I had this me and him were talking, I forgot what we were talking about, but I had this epiphany, and you might even fall into this too, of that when you train for something like that for so long,
Yeah.
there's no replacing the endurance you build over all that time. Like if someone say somebody decided when they were 8, 10 that they
Yeah.
wanted to do,
That's
and they've
awesome.
committed to it, to like being homeschooled and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you're just not going to have the same endurance. There's
No.
just so much time under your belt of that endurance
Yeah.
when to save your energy and stuff like that.
course.
I think you and Jackson both have that same kind of quality.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like we've both been training like most of our lives, and like we're just so like we're so used to it, you know. Like we're like wake up early, go to training, like eat the right food. Like let's say you have to cut, like Jackson has to cut, I'm sure like a lot of weight for like his MMA fights, you know, and you just have to like. It's so crazy. It just takes a lot of dedication. I feel like, you know, cutting like you see UFC fighters that cut up to like 30 pounds. Like that's ridiculous. I've never cut it that much. I maybe cut like 10 at most, but like it sucks, you know, cutting weight's terrible. But yeah, like I feel like we're just both so used to it because we've been doing it all our lives, and yeah, they're just super used to it.
Okay, what belt are you?
I'm a green belt.
Okay, what is that?
So it's like the highest belt for kids. So this year I should probably be getting my blue belt because I'm a juvenile. So that means I'm getting my my blue belt. So that's the first adult belt.
Okay, so it goes white.
White, yep.
And let me guess.
Yeah, let's go.
Yellow?
No.
Shit.
Yeah, it's
red.
really weird. No.
Damn it. Okay, what is it called? Okay, white and then what?
Okay, so like if you're starting as a kid, goes white. It's like a lot. There's white. There's gray, white, solid gray, gray, black, yellow, white, solid yellow, yellow, black, orange, white, solid orange, orange, black, green, white, solid green, green, black, then blue. Some people skip belts though. Like you don't have to have the white stripe. People just go gray, yellow, orange, green, blue, and then goes blue, purple, brown, black. And then after black belt, I believe you can get like your coral belt, which is like a red and white belt or something like that if you're like a master at jiu-jitsu. So yeah.
Is that your goal?
Yeah, I'd like to be a coral belt. That'd be pretty cool.
Do you have to do it for like do you have to be a certain age? Like how you're saying you're graduating to a juvenile? Do you have to be like 30 or something like that?
Yeah, so like if like juvenile, like I think it's the year that you turn 16. So like this year I'm gonna be 16 in September. So but I think coral belt, I don't think it really matters. I think it just depends on what your professor wants to do. Yeah.
How many different what would we call teachers? Senseis? What do you call them?
Coaches or I usually call them coaches.
Coaches.
Yeah.
They don't use the word sensei, huh?
No. Yeah.
Does anybody use the word
I
sensei?
don't think so. I think it's like karate terms maybe.
My daughter just started karate.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I just want to share this.
Yeah.
I said, let me take a picture for your grandma in your little karate outfit. So I go to take the picture, and she goes like this. She goes,
That's funny.
and I was like, "Wait, are you gonna smile?" But she was like, "That's her karate face."
There you go.
Sorry, totally Totally hijacked that. I even forgot what we're talking. What were we just talking about?
Professors.
Coaches. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
How many coaches?
that's right. Yeah. So, how many different coaches have you had over these last like 11 years?
Oof, a lot, because like I've been to like a bunch of different gyms, and there's been like a few like guys from like, let's say, like Brazil, and then like there's been I had American coaches too. But like when I first started, I think I had like a few main coaches. Usually it was one. It was one of my old coaches. But now at like Simple Man, there's a lot over there. There's like maybe like 5 total, like that are like really like the main coaches, I'd say. But like yeah, probably like 5 at Simple Man over there. They're like the main coaches, I'd say.
You said a while ago
Yeah.
you almost like didn't do this because you didn't like the mat at that
Yeah.
one gym, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, I'm sure you've like, what do you call it? Like just wrestled, tumbled, trained at a bunch of different gyms.
Yeah, like jiu-jitsu, like everywhere pretty much.
So
Yeah.
tell me about some of your favorite gyms and like what do they have? What do you like in a good jiu-jitsu gym?
Yeah, I love good teammates, people I can make friends with and like get really good rounds in with. Like I mean, usually I'd like to have someone closer to my size, but I've also like grown up going with a lot of adults. Like when I was like, I think like 12 up to now, I used to go with like dudes that were anywhere from like 100 pounds up to like 200. Like there's been like big dudes I've gone with, and I've actually give them some tough rounds, which is pretty funny. Like when I was like 12, I was like maybe like 80 pounds. No, I wasn't 80 pounds. I was like maybe 70. And I would go against like these 200-pound dudes, and they would be like, dude, your technique's so good. Like if you were bigger, you would beat me. And now I'm a little bit bigger. I think like it's just so funny to me seeing myself grow up, and like going with older guys has definitely helped me. Cause like if I'm going against some dude, let's say who's like maybe 20 years old, 25 years old, and he's like 150 to 200 pounds, like that's going to help me so much if I'm pushing around that weight. And then I go to a competition against a kid that's my size, and that doesn't feel like anything. I feel like going with adults and getting their knowledge and just pushing around their size helps out so much when you go into a competition against someone that's your size.
It's like playing basketball with my dad and his brother. They're like giant like people, and they were like little kids, and they're just like, and like they had no shame. They would just like swat our balls and stuff like that. I mean, and just pushing us around. What's the oldest dude you've ever fought?
Oldest, oof,
30s?
No, definitely older than that. Maybe like,
whoa, really?
Yeah, probably. There's been like old dudes at the gym. I've gone with like close to 60 maybe.
No way.
Yeah, probably.
But they've been doing like their whole life kind of thing, or
probably, or they could be like hobbyists. They could have started when they're like 50 maybe, doing it for like 10 years, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a grown ass man.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure those like that's got to be a different feel than when you're fighting someone around your age too, right?
For sure, yeah.
Just the way a big grown person moves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The strength difference is like crazy. Like when you go against someone that's like your size, and then man strength is a total different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I had I think one of the questions I had was the last time you cried.
Yeah.
And you said it was after a tournament that you fought in.
Yeah.
Tell me about the tournament.
Okay, yeah. This was a few weeks back. This was at Portland ADCC, Oregon. I fought in the adult division for like the, I think, 3rd time, something like that. And I had to go against this black belt dude. His name was like Kenga, and he was like from like Japan or something. He was really good, a black belt dude.
How
and
old?
He was like I think it's like maybe like 25 to 30. And I go in, and like it was so funny because like he enters, he sits guard, and he goes for a knee bar right away. And my instinct, because like even me and my dad were talking about it, we were like, if you get into anything that's like too tight or you're gonna risk getting hurt, just tap, don't get hurt. It's not a big deal. You're not going in. You have nothing to lose. And I yelled tap, and I looked back down at my leg, and I was like, oh, I could have got out of that. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I panic tapped because I was like, I don't want to get hurt, but like at the same time, I could have been like, oh, dude, I definitely could have got out of that. But it's better to be safe than sorry. I got tapped, and then I went against actually a UFC fighter in my second match who was like I think his name was Journey Newsom. He was really good too. He was a black belt. And we had a pretty good match actually. Like I was entering butterfly guard, which is I'm trying to sweep him. We were going a little bit back and forth, and then at the end, I was trying to invert into his legs, which means like I'm trying to get underneath his legs and get a gable grip right here. And he went for an outside heel hook, and he just falls back and yanks it, and my foot cracks so loud. I'm like, oh dang, my foot! I thought I just broke my foot, and I just tapped, and I was like, that's it. Like I need to work on my leg lock games, but I'm also going against grown men, at 15, so it's a lot different. But then after that, I was tearing up a little bit. I wasn't crying too hard because I was just like excited to be on the mats with like people as good as that. I've never gone against a black belt, so I was like, that's really cool to even be on the mats, same mats as someone like that. But yeah, especially UFC fighter, I was really hyped going into that match with that guy. Dude was like really strong too. Was pretty jacked, and yeah, I was turned up a little bit, but nothing crazy.
What's the emotional response or toll of doing matches like that?
Yeah, I mean, like you just like with adults, there's nothing to lose. You just have to be very confident. I feel like you have to go in there thinking like, all right, like I don't even know who this guy is. I like you have to not know who the person is. I feel like for me to like just be like, all right, I'm gonna beat this guy up. Like in the back in December, I won the adult division. I went against a purple belt dude who was actually a pan nogi champion, and I went in there. I was like, all right, screw this guy. I'm gonna go beat him up. I don't care. I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about him. I was like. I went in, I got him in like an arm bar. I took his back and I choked him. And it was just like, I was like, wow, I just did that without even thinking. Like, I just didn't think, I just went. And that's just something I've had problem with. I just need to go. And yeah, like, just like not thinking, just going.
We'll get like getting in the flow state.
Yes, flow state.
Right? Do you feel like you hit it that time? Like you could hit flow state that
Yeah,
time?
like I wasn't even thinking. I literally just, I got on this dude's back, I choked him, and I was like, oh my gosh. Even my dad was like, so excited. He was like, "What?" He was like screaming. I was like, "Wow, yeah, that just happened." Just won the adult division.
Well, that's man, that's a real sign of progress.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Like it's real easy to get inside your head.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? I mean, we do it all the time, like not in fights.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like just regular everyday life.
of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This final segment is brought to you by HeyJustBe.com. I believe that achieving balance in the mental, physical, and metaphysical aspects of your purpose through learning, serving, and creating can transform your life into one you truly enjoy living. Want to learn more? Visit www.heyjustbe.com. So how I like to wrap this shindig up is ask people, what do you do to just be the best version of yourself so you could be good for everybody else? So I'm assuming like training and fighting is like part of it,
Of course.
right?
Yeah.
Well, so what's some of the other stuff you do though?
I play video games a lot. I play
Okay,
video games.
what are you playing? What video games you into?
Playing Fortnite. We're playing Call of Duty. We're playing a lot of Madden, college football. Those are like my top four right now, I think.
Yeah, I feel like those are pretty standard for a dude.
Yeah, of
those are
course.
pretty standard
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
Here's my problem. I grew up at the same time as your dad.
Yeah.
And so like I really didn't get used to first person shooters and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Like I was more like third person stuff.
Mm.
And I'm a real big like Matt. Who's your Madden team? Who do you use?
Usually use the Bucks, I think.
The Bucks?
Yeah.
It's gonna be you're gonna keep using you're gonna have to change.
No, I always change. Yeah, I do like a bunch of different teams. Like I kind of randomize it sometimes.
Okay, what are some of your favorite Madden teams? Kind of like you a Baltimore guy?
I play
You
with
like
Baltimore sometimes. Yeah.
little Lamar Jackson?
Yeah. He's good.
You play online?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's your online ranking?
Actually, don't know. It's a good question. I have no clue.
You just playing for fun?
Yeah, I just play for fun, honestly. I usually hop on with Jackson. He actually like destroys me in it. So
Y'all in y'all's friend group? Do y'all do like video games a lot?
yeah, I have like friends all over the state from jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, or all over the country, sorry. And we just like we all hop on at night. We'll all call. Like I have friends from like Pennsylvania, Colorado, like Virginia, everywhere. We all just like make a group call at night, and then we'll all hop on Fortnite or like Call of Duty, and we just just talk and play video games. Yeah.
How do you? Okay, so you said that you go to all these different like events and stuff like that, and you make all these friends.
Yes.
Are these dudes you're fighting? Or are these just guys you run into? Or like, how do you making friends with these?
So like some people like I've seen them on like Instagram or something, and I'm like, oh, I know who that is, and I'll go up to them, I'll talk to them, we'll be like, oh, cool, and then like we're best friends. Like one of my good friends' his name's Johnny, and Johnny Bertelli, and like we've known each other since we were younger, and like I've always seen him on like Instagram, and he was always like just like murdering people at tournaments. I was like, holy crap, who's this little kid? And like we became best friends. Like we just started like randomly talking. Like I think one of my other friends added him to a call, and we were like, yo, are you Connor? I was like, yeah. He's like, I was like, you're Johnny? I was like, yeah. We just became best friends. We've been best friends for like 2 years now, I think. Like 2.5 years. And like it's just so cool to see that, because like it's just like two jiu-jitsu people, and he actually wrestles too, but like two jiu-jitsu people who have the same goals, who are just best friends, and we hop on like Fortnite or Call of Duty, whatever it is, and we just call every single night.
Okay, so if you make a friend in jiu-jitsu, does that automatically mean you have to fight him or wrestle with him at some point?
No, but like me and Johnny actually have fought in the past. Like we actually had to go against each other. He was my first round at a tournament a year ago, and yeah, it was a good match. We scrapped out, and like yeah, like it doesn't really, you don't really have to fight the person. It depends what weight class you're in.
I wasn't being serious.
Yeah.
But I was curious because like, you know, you become friends with somebody, there is you know, like you and Jackson, y'all train together and
Yeah.
you know wrestle together. It's like, so of course, like you make a new friend at some point, you're like, hey man, let's see what you got. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
is there like a kind of healthy competitiveness, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's always a competition going on between me and my friends. Like, oh, you didn't do this today? Well, I'm gonna do it. Like, you know, like there's stuff like that. There's like, oh, you didn't hit this on bench? I'm gonna do it. Like, there's always like a little competition with me and some of my friends, which is like funny to me. And then we always like, you know, we're always joking online. We always talk crap to each other. That's what I love like about my friends. Yeah.
So we were talking about like this is how you show up for other people. Tell me what you put into showing up for your sister.
Yeah, showing up for my sister. Like, I just know that I'd always have her in my corner. You know, that she's just like, she's the light that I like. Just I look at, I'm like, dang, that's my sister. You know, I love her so much, and like it's just like she really does motivate me to do better. Like, not even jujitsu, just in life, because like I know that like she's always gonna be there, and like I'm always gonna take care of her. You know, till the day I die, for sure.
Can I weigh in on that a little
Yeah,
bit?
absolutely.
So a couple things, right? Like I'm the dad downstairs while he's upstairs with his group of friends every single night. And you talked about like what do you do to show up and be like a better version of yourself? Connor's homeschooled, so the only friends that he really has are the ones that he's able to make at like jujitsu tournaments. And so he's the type of kid when he started competing at 5 or 6, we always told him that if you can't be have the same level of energy in winning and losing and be humble, then you won't be able to do the sport. So the feedback I receive from parents often about Connor, and he'll never really say it, but it's your son's so humble and so nice to other athletes and coaches and respectful. Kids come up to him and ask to take pictures all the time, and it's just like he'll stop and talk to everybody, but he'll have kids that he's competed against, and next thing you know, they exchange numbers, and a week later they're playing Fortnite, and they're all in this group, and he's got hundreds of kids in this group chat where I go up at night and I'm like, are you still on the phone? What are you doing? Get off the fucking phone, bro. What are you doing? And he's got 12 people on a screen and they're all busting each other's balls. He does push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups every night.
Yep.
Thousands of push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups every single night since he's 8 years old. That's why he's like the way he is, like every night consistently. He gets kids on group calls and they do
Yeah,
them
sometimes me
together.
and my friends, we actually call like all together, and we do push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups every night.
But-
with each other.
Okay.
But so going to Delilah, when you talk about like showing up for your sister, he goes and lays in bed with her at night when she wants to go to sleep. He drops what he's doing so that she can have attention, whether it's sit and watch her draw a picture or sit and play a game on her phone. But he literally will just stop. He goes, I challenged him with, hey, go get your sister down, because we live like right down the street from our school that he went to. So he gets her at the end of the day every single day. He's the person that walks down to the end of the block, gets Delilah, and walks home with her from school. So he has these responsibilities of just being that guardian for her, right? Because like one of my big things, and I talk about it with my wife, is like when I'm not around or when we're not, like what happens, with Delilah. So he does a lot that he probably doesn't realize that he does, but it's constant comfort for her.
When you're taking care of your sister in this way, what do you feel inside?
There's a lot of things like I always like I wonder like if I'm like in my room or something, she'll come into my room. I'll be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" She like this is really weird. So I'll be almost going to sleep. I'll be on the phone with some of my friends, and she'll bang on my door. I'm like, who is that? I'm scared if it's my dad, because he'll come over and get off the phone, and it's my sister, and she's just like this. I'm like, Todd, what are you doing? Go to sleep. It's like maybe like 12 in the morning. I'm like, Todd, what are you doing? She's like, Connor, can you lay with me? I'm like, all right, I'll lay with you. And like that's just like those little things I feel like makes me a better brother and a better person. Like I'll go lay with her until she falls asleep again. Maybe she'll get up again and bang on my door, who knows? But like I'll go lay with her until she falls asleep. I'll do that like what my dad was saying. I'll like watch her draw a picture. I pick her up from school, all that good stuff. So yeah.
Is some of that too just like the most it would be the most simplest things, like she's like totally happy, like that just make her day, like it makes you appreciate like
Yeah, simplest things. Like she'll be appreciated with anything. Like you could like literally you could draw her picture and like she'll just be super happy. She'll like give you hugs first, kiss you, like all this good stuff, and like yeah, all that. She's like such a very loving soul.
okay, is she is she ever not on your side? Like, does she ever turn against you, or is she always? Because it's that's kind of, I have this impression that like she gives you constant support.
Yeah.
And like, dude, like no, like who gets that? Who gets like constant,
Yeah.
positive affirmation of who they are as a
Yeah.
person? You know?
Yeah. She's just like there's times where she can be a douche, you know. She'll like, as I said, she'll obviously hit me and stuff, but like she'll talk some smack too. She's learned a few words, I guess. She'll be like, Connor, shut up. Like if I'm just talking to her, she'll ask me to do something for her, and she's like, no, that's the wrong thing. Get away from me. Get away from me. Like it's so funny to me. I love her so much.
Yeah, but it just growing. Like she's growing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Growing.
Yeah. Well, my man, did you have a good time?
Had a blast, man. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, have you ever been on a podcast before?
This is my second time being on a podcast.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
Well, what was the other podcast like?
I was with Declan Moody and one of other guy, Austin Sano. It was a jiu-jitsu podcast. Me,
Okay.
James, and Jax were all on it together.
Not exactly the same thing.
No, definitely.
Yeah, it's a little different vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. This is such a sick studio.
Oh well,
Love it.
thank you. I appreciate that.
It is awesome.
All right, so I usually ask people to give me a hug. You cool? Give me a hug.
Just
I
do it.
don't know you. You can push that
Sure.
microphone out.
Sir.
I love those shoes, by the way. Go give a heart to heart. I'm weird like that.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
awesome.